Hello everyone, welcome to Chaudhary Data World channel. Today I am here with two new functions or methods we can say into Pyspark for renaming column and then selecting the column. We'll be watching both these functionalities or methods of Pyspark into the of a Spark data frame into this particular video. So let's get started the video. To come up with both of the functionalities we are having means yesterday in previous video I have covered up that what all methods are there to create data frames. So these are some common methods. I am recapping all those that you can create your data frame from RDD. You can create your data from collection of rows. You can also create from pandas data frame, and the last one from file. So from file we are having this particular one, and we will be going ahead using this file data frame for our practices, and whatever functionality we want to show we will be showing on this particular one. So I will first rename it as df underscore file, something we can write like this underscore file, just to not get confused, because above as well I have used df, and here also I was using df. So I have just renamed it as df underscore file, and let's execute it first so that it can be refreshed. I have restarted my cluster as it is a community edition, and in community edition you can't keep your cluster alive, as it is having a drawback that it will be terminated after 2 hours or 60 minutes. So I have restarted it already, and this particular notebook is attached to the demo cluster. And what is attaching demo cluster, what is cluster, and what is attaching it to notebook, all these I have already covered up in the previous video. If you are following the series, you must be getting all this. Now moving ahead with the functionality. First one is that we will be having select. So for that select, it's nothing as its name's telling you that which all columns need to be selected into this particular data frame. For that we can just write it something like that. This is the variable, suppose selected column, fine, and equals to data frame. Data frame, what the data frame name is, df underscore file dot select is a method. If we will write half of it and then we will click on tab, it will give you the options. So select, here we will enter it, and then the column name we want to select. So suppose we want to select only row id, order id, and then sales. So let's pass these three values into it: row id, comma, order id, or we may say instead of order id we may take some other thing, something like that, city or state or country. So let's take country, this country, and after that it's third one is the sales one. So as soon as we click on shift plus enter, this will be executed, and then we can have it is right now not showing that what it is executed here. So for that what we can do is selected column dot show. This is the data frame actually which is created with all these three columns on. So you hope you have got that how to create some sub data frame from a primary data frame. So that was the primary data frame, df underscore file. Now selected column is our child data frame, we may say, in which we have taken care of only three columns, rest of others are dropped here. So this is one of the method I wanted to show you for the Pyspark functionality. Another one that what other option to select the column is. So second option I am coming to. So for second option, if suppose you are renaming again as variable as selected underscore column underscore suppose method 2. This is another method with which we can again select the column. So for that, what we will do, df underscore file, correct? In this df underscore file, nothing we need to do, no need of passing any whatever we are having, right? Means whatever we have passed here, that dot select. We don't need to do anything such. What we will do instead, we will just do it like this. We'll copy it, we'll paste it here. Now what we will do, again we will pass selected column method 2 and then dot show. Hope it should work and it will give you that same result which you have got in the above. So it is also selecting the columns that with row ID, country and sales, and that particular method also was selecting the column. You can use as per your need. Now moving ahead with the another topic into this particular video, which is renaming the column. So how we can rename a particular column? So suppose we are having this selected column method 2 or selected column data frame. This data frame only I will take. So selected column, if we are taking it up, fine, underscore renamed, if we are taking a new variable. Then now the data frame which we are taking it up here is selected column, from in which we want to rename the column. So this is the one with which we want to rename the column. After that, the method which we are having for renaming is with column renamed, right? So in this particular method, what we will do, we'll pass the old column name. Suppose row ID we are having, correct? No, now this row ID, if we want to put it something like row underscore ID, just we will pass the older one and what in which we want to convert it, that particular one we are passing it here, row underscore ID. So once this is passed, after that what we can do is we can just click on shift plus enter, or let me just show it up as well. So selected column underscore renamed dot show, shift plus enter, it should work. So hope you are watching that row underscore ID, it is over here. So like this you can do your column renaming, and if you want to have multiple renamed at once, so another option what you can try is you can just go ahead with having row ID dot again you will pass a dot over here, again you will pass with column renamed, and again you will pass another column name which you want to rename the older thing, and then again comma the newer thing. So like this you can rename your multiple columns at a time. So this was the one. And another option for renaming is, again I will show you the second option to rename the column. So second option, we will just navigate here. So right now you can see that selected column underscore renamed is renamed, correct? What we will do, selected column underscore renamed, we will again rename it back to the row space ID, since it is right now row underscore ID, correct? So we will remove that underscore and we will rename it to row ID. For that what we will do, we will take up the data frame. The data frame which we are using is selected column rename, selected column renamed, correct? This particular data frame only we are using right now. So dot select we will pass here, and in select we will again give the data frame name. The data frame name is again selected column renamed, fine. And then the old column name is row underscore id, fine, row underscore id, which is right now the older data older column name. Now what you can do is, after this you will just pass a new method, that is alias method. This is called as alias method. So this also will rename your column, and right now what we will do, we will just rename it back to row space id. So that only we need to pass here, row space id. Now hopefully it should be renamed back to row space id. What we will do, again we will select column renamed dot show. We will do it should show that particular renamed data frame. So you can see that it has been renamed, but this time since we have applied select on this particular one only, row id only, if we will do something like sales as well, just for demonstration purpose I'm doing, you need to execute it first again. So it has been executed, now you can execute it. So it is giving you invalid argument not a string data frame sales row id int sales of type. So what you can do is, can go ahead with this particular one right from here. You can run it once. Now again you can let it run first. It has renamed that to row underscore id. Now hopefully it should work. It is giving you type error, invalid argument not a string or a column, row id int cells string it is telling, correct? Okay, why it is telling you something like this? Because dot alias you can, it can be provided for row id, but what for the cells we need to specify. So let's pass it something like this, cells. So it is giving you alias text to positioner, but 3 were given. So of course it has been passed that much argument which is not valid to it. So what we will do, we'll rename the cells, let it be row underscore id, and we will just execute it. It will give you the renamed one again. So this is how this is having drawback we got right now, that we can apply only on the one column. And for renaming multiple columns, we can have this particular option with column renamed, whatever option you want to apply over here, so you can just apply over that. So I guess this is pretty much you found this video knowledgeable, and if you found this particular video as helpful, kindly like to the video, subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much guys for watching the videos. See you in the next one.